Hi, my name is Taya, and I'm a knitter, crocheter, reader, and musical theater enthusiast located in Southern California. So this is my first video, and I'm really excited to get started. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I'm hoping this video is going to turn into. This week, or today, the day I'm filming, is Monday, September 16th. I am starting Tech Week for the show that I'm in, which is Curtains. Today is Monday, September 16th, and it is day 1 of Tech Week. We open Friday, September 20th. We're gonna run for a whole month, ending October 20th, and I'm really excited about this one because it's the longest show run I've ever done, and it's just gonna be fun. Our show is going to be performed in the Newport Theater Arts Center, again from September 20th to October 20th. If you're in the area and interested, go ahead, check the link below. I'll make sure that tickets are available there. This week, on top of the chaos of Tech Week, I'm going to be challenging myself within my personal hobby of knitting and crocheting to see how many stitches, that's right, you heard me right, stitches, I can make on all of my projects throughout the week of Tech, and including the first weekend of performance. So from September 16th to September 22nd, I will be every day counting how many stitches I make. I've already made a little checklist or calendar, I guess, for this week of all the projects that I'm currently working on and every day of the week within that to help me keep track a little bit. I have 8 projects currently. It's the most amount of projects I've had. WIPs. It's the most amount of WIPs I've had. And I need to get some work done on them. So let's go ahead and introduce them. So this is my most near to finished WIP. It is the Folklore cardigan from Lion Brand. I am just needing to sew the sleeves in, do a button band, and sew buttons on. I don't believe this project is going to get much attention this week just because it has a lot of sewing that has to be done, and since this week's challenge is how many stitches I can do, I don't believe I can authentically, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but if I can accurately, I don't believe I can accurately count stitches of hand sewing. And it's already so tedious to hand sew everything together. So this exists, but I'm not sure we'll get to it. Maybe. Shifting gears from the project that I don't believe is going to get any attention to a project that I'm pretty sure is going to get the most attention just because I'm going to be knitting a body, is this right here. It is the Boxy Tee from Hoagie Locatelli. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. That's how I've heard others say it, so fingers crossed there. I'm using Bronze from Suburban Stitcher. There's the yarn there. This is my second skein into it, and I need to get 16 inches on the body, and I think right now we're sitting somewhere around 12. This next WIP has been sitting around for a while. It is the Musselburgh or Musselburgh hat from Isolde Teague. I'm already halfway through it and haven't started the second half because I'm planning to do something similar to how Nitty Natty did with her Pokemon Advent, where she had one full side, one solid color, excuse me, and the next side was all the colors in the Advent. I have all the colors wound. Sorry for the crinkling. I have all the colors wound and ready to go here. This is a Lord of the Rings inspired Advent. Sorry for the glare. Let's see if I can get that a little better. We'll do that. There we go. Yeah, this is a Lord of the Rings inspired Advent, or I'm not sure if it's an Advent or just a set of minis, but it's from Lantern Light, I believe is the name of the dyer. Yes, Lantern Light. I never remember if it's a different wording there, but I've been avoiding that specific that specific project for a while, just because I'm not certain if I want to have thicker stripes or thinner stripes to repeat the pattern or the color pattern over and over. We'll figure it out when we get there. But again, this week is about finding out how much progress we can make, hopefully on every single one of these projects, but realistically, I think we're only gonna get to like 2. We'll see what happens. Set your standards lower and be excited when you exceed that. This next WIP is a test knit, and it's actually using my leftovers from that Musselburgh solid color, which is also from the Dyer Lantern Light, and this colorway is called Elven Cloak. But this is the test knit that I'll be working on. It's a sock. I just wanted to do a quick little show of it since it is a test, and the pattern's not available yet. But I'm hoping to get some progress on this, if not finish the test. I just need to make one sock, and I'm already near the heel. I think I need to do a little bit more rounds, like maybe 5 more rounds on the leg, and then I'll get to the heel. And yeah, hoping to at least finish the heel and gusset this week. Let's see what happens. I guess now, as we get deeper into the WIPs, I'm starting to set goals for the projects, excuse me. But again, I don't know what's gonna happen. This is day 1. Alrighty, I have another pair of socks that are closer to being done and a lot easier since they're just a vanilla sock, and it's at the same spot as the other sock that I just showed. This one is using the Perfect Fit formula written by Nitty Natty. I have recently discovered that course and have been in love with it, and I just want to make perfect fit socks for my entire family, and so that's what this is. This is my second pair for my family, but my third perfect fit formula. This colorway is from the Royal Bee, and it is called Watermelon Tourmaline. Pause for a sip of coffee, because I rely on coffee to get me through anything. This next WIP is my Hot Springs Fiber Company subscription blanket of knowledge. I am behind on this, and I was really hoping to never get behind on this, because for June and July, which is when I started the subscription, I was really good I got the yarn, I wound it right away, and I instantly started. But August kind of just slipped away like a bottle of wine. And yeah, I just missed August, but I just got an email that my subscription has renewed and September is on its way to me. So I would like to make progress in this and have August already in the thing. Okay. And my other WIPs that are sitting around are not even a WIP. It's another perfect fit sock that I want to get started. This is again going to sit in the same pile as my folklore cardigan, because I don't want to make progress on this. It's just sitting with the stuff that I had set up here, and it is in queue to get started. I'm just gonna put it away. And lastly, in this bag, I have 2 WIPs, which are my Hexy Fade blanket and Cozy Memories blanket, which I'm using leftovers from all the projects that you just saw and projects that I've already finished. Future projects, just all my leftover yarns are going to be added into those to make some scrappy blankets. I'll go ahead and show them. So I have my Hexy Fade. Oh, the mailman is here. I have my Hexy Fade, which I'm almost done with the first. Is it the first? No. I'm almost done with the second round. I just have 2 more, which is why I bought these, because I want to put them right there. And then I'll start the second round with my leftovers. And our Cozy Memories, which is all the same colors, just a different view of them all. There it goes. And those are all the WIPs that I have for this week to hopefully be making progress on throughout Tech Week. Go ahead and leave a comment down below how many stitches you think that I will be able to make, and stick around if you're interested in seeing how I fare. Enjoy! Spent the entire last hour and a half, which was supposed to be spent on knitting today, detangling my entire cake of yarn. In the last clip, you probably saw the yarn barf that existed, or the yarn barf that decided to join us. And yeah, I've been spending the entire time detangling that, and unfortunately we had to sacrifice some yarn. I tried my hardest to not bring out the scissors, but it got to a point where I saw no hope for the tangle coming out. So we lost a bit. And there were a couple spots where I did have to cut the yarn just to make it easier to detangle, and so I've got a couple little knots in this one, but I've gotten pretty good at the magic knot, so it shouldn't be too difficult or too obvious. There we go. It shouldn't be too obvious in the project once we get there, and there's not very many of them, so it's okay. I did my best, but I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, now I'm just doing this. We'll see how today goes. Okay, so it's just after 2 p.m. and I need to be at the theater with full face of makeup and my hair prepped for a wig by the time I get there at 6:30. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat some lunch right now and pack a bag of snacks and just all the things that I'm gonna need for rehearsal tonight. Come along. Good morning. It's now Tuesday, just before 10 a.m. I have a doctor's appointment. That's why I'm in my car. I actually just got to the appointment, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to count my stitches for yesterday. I kept track of how many rows I did, and I know how many stitches are within the row. So when I get home, it'll be easy. I just need to calculate that. But I unfortunately wasn't able to do it yesterday. But we've got the whole week to figure it out. So I'm gonna go to the doctor and hopefully get some knitting in today. I've got a bunch of appointments all week, so this might have not been the right week to do this, but tech week, chaos week. Coming back at you from the car. I'm sitting in the parking lot of my eye doctor right now. I need some new contacts, and I guess my prescription's expired, so 1-800-CONTACTS doesn't want to give me any until I have an updated prescription. So we're here, last minute appointment being made. But that means my appointments are going to be all done for the day after this one. And again, I didn't get to update on here for where my stitches are. I've been wanting to like do a little filming segment, I guess, of like every day writing down how many stitches I did at the end of the day, but it's starting to look like that's not going to happen. So I am still writing them down. I just am not filming it. So hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning when I do it, I'll film it. Maybe by actually telling myself now that I'll do it, then I'll do it. Anyways, I need to go into the eye doctor now. I have my boxy with me to continue the body. And yeah, so far been doing good. And as predicted, I'm getting the most progress done on that one. Some of the other projects I've gotten into, but yeah, eye doctor time. So I've got some sad news. I need to find a new doctor because unfortunately my doctor is no longer in network for my insurance, and I just had to pay out of pocket for today's exam, and that was expensive. I am very lucky that I was financially able to take care of it, but I now need to find a new doctor. And yeah, I've been with this doctor specifically since like my entire eye health journey since 4th grade. I'm getting a little emotional about it. Because I've literally been with this doctor forever. And I'm not gonna be able to go see them anymore. There's 2 doctors that are at this office that I literally grew up with, and I don't know, like, I've never been a fan of going to the doctor for any reason, but I've always felt comfortable and safe going to my eye doctor. Oh my god. And actually, saying that out loud makes me realize my eye doctor has been my only consistent doctor of every vision, health, vision, health, dental, anything that is health related. Yeah, I have only had one consistent, and that has been my vision care, has been the only consistent. And unfortunately now they are out of network. So yeah, fun. But on another note, my prescription didn't change anything concerningly. So, all right. I have a new pair of contacts and a new box ordered to have more later. Now I'm gonna go to my grandma's house to hang out and knit, and then I'm also gonna end up getting ready for tonight's rehearsal. I was at my other grandma's house before this, and I dye her hair, and now I guess I have a battle wound right there. Happy Thursday. All of my appointments for the entire week are done. It is the last day of Tech Week, and that means tomorrow our show opens. Yay! But the reason I'm coming on right now is because I was just sitting here knitting and realized my house has gotten a bit too dirty than I'd feel comfortable with. And my husband did just leave on a road trip for work, and I'd love for him to come home to a nice, clean house. And just having a clean house is nice in general. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. You're welcome to join me. This is my leftover wig prep hair. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and clean my house, and we'll get back into knitting after this short message of cleaning the house. morning. Here you'll see me finally holding myself accountable and writing in the numbers from yesterday. While doing this, I did notice that I have been favoring the same 3 projects throughout the week, and because I do want to be making progress on all of the projects that I wrote down in my journal for this challenge, I'm going to spend the rest of this week focusing on all of those projects that have gotten nothing but zeros. Cut my head off, but I wanted to be able to show what I'm doing, and unfortunately couldn't find an angle that served both purposes of showing my face and what we're doing here. But I'm gonna go ahead and describe that too. I struggle to multitask and do what I'm trying to do while talking, so please bear with me here. What I'm doing here is just shortening the flowers here. I'm going to give them out to my cast along with some tea for a little opening night present. I usually try to craft something for my cast, and unfortunately I just didn't get around to crocheting anything, but I do still have some yarn that I had intended for that, and maybe for closing I'll get around to making something for them. But for opening night, I'm going to go ahead and do this, get the flowers along with the tea, and I'm going to use the yarn to tie it in a little bow. Yeah, I love how I cleaned the entire house yesterday, and now the floor is literally a disaster. The disaster I speak of.
just got home from opening night. The show went so good. I'm so excited that this show is finally up on its feet and running. This is the first weekend of 5, so again, if you're in the area and like musical theater, don't be afraid to go. Okay, but the reason I wanted to go ahead and film a quick little clip here is because one of my family friends came to the show tonight and she got me a little gift. And I just thought it was funny because this was the gift that she got me. Thank you for the Starbucks. I love myself some coffee. And look at how cute this mug is. But earlier today when I was at Target getting flowers and just little snacks for the weekend and the flowers for my cast, I picked myself up this mug. The exact same one. So I guess she knows me. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share. So yeah, the show's up on its feet and we're running.
Good morning and happy Monday. It is September 23rd, and that means Tech Week and first weekend of shows are over, but unfortunately that means so is this challenge. So we're gonna go ahead and go over the stats of this week, how I did on each of my projects, and let's go. So I have my notebook here, which I'll be glancing down at every now and then. It's gonna live right over here on my side. But I also have my projects on the opposite side of me, which I'll be reaching over, lifting them up for you to show. So out of the 8 projects that we started the week with, I still have 8 WIPs. Unfortunately, I didn't finish anything this week, but I got a lot of progress on 5 projects. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just go in the order that I have them listed on my page here. Each project, I'm gonna give you the stats for that week, and then we'll move to the next one. So we're gonna repeat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Sunday for each project. Again, that's only 5 instead of the 8 that we started with, because there were 3 that I just didn't touch. I had either no time for or knew that I wasn't going to get to it. So just didn't. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started because I've now been chatting for 3 minutes straight. Okay, so the first project is the one that I knew I was going to definitely get the most progress on, and I did. So I went from 11 inches in the body to 14 this week. So I got 3 inches done. That's great. Excuse me. I haven't finished my coffee yet, and I still have morning voice a little bit. My voice is also probably tired from this week of all the singing. Alrighty, so Monday I did 2,820 stitches. Tuesday we did 1,950. Wednesday was 498. Wednesday ended up not being my best week or best of the week. And Thursday was the last day I was able to make any progress on this specific project, and I got 2,622 stitches in that day, giving us a grand total for the boxy, 7,890 stitches for the whole week. And then I have my test knit, which I'm, again, not really going to show too much detail of the project. But if you remember, it was just a leg last time, and I managed to get through the heel and heel turn. I barely started the foot, but yeah, that's a lot of progress to me. I do need to finish this by the end of the month though, so it's probably going to become my priority knit for the rest of September, or at least until it's done. So I forgot that I wanted to tell you the stitches because that's the point of this video. Anyways, so on this one here, we got, again, I had 4 days of progress here, but it was kind of split up throughout the week. On Monday, I only did 38 stitches because I was finishing the heel, or not finishing the heel, I was finishing the leg round because I hadn't finished the round, I just left it. And that was it for that day. Tuesday, I got through 190 stitches. And then I went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday without touching it at all, because I think there was a little bit of confusion on my part of how to start the heel. So I had to reach out to the designer, and I waited a little bit to get some feedback there. Saturday, I did pick it back up, and I got 1,958 stitches through, and that was me completing the heel and heel turn. And then I did a couple rows of the foot to get it started yesterday, Sunday, to have a total of 180 stitches, giving us a grand total for the week of 2,358 stitches. And we have my other sock. This one. I also managed to complete the heel on this one. This one has a different heel construction, so it doesn't look as done, but I promise the heel is in there. And this one, I only worked on this one 2 days out of the week. Love that. But yeah, so Tuesday, so I didn't touch it at all on Monday. Tuesday, I got 1,468 stitches done. And Wednesday, 350. And that was it for the week, giving us a total of 1,818. I like when things like that happen, just 1818. Alrighty. And then, again, we're just going in order of the way I have it listed here. This isn't necessarily in order of when I was playing with the projects, but I have my Lord of the Rings inspired Musselburgh. I'm gonna figure out how to pronounce this one eventually. This one I had some ups and downs with. I only picked this up yesterday, and we've gotten only one row of stripes here, but yesterday I did actually do 5 colors. I first started doing the rows with the colors, excuse me, with 3 stripes. Oh my gosh, words. I started this one wanting to have the stripes shorter, so I did 3 rows for each color, and I didn't really like how that was reading on it, so I realized you can't even see it, but anyways, that's all we have right now. It's just the one color, because I did decide after looking at it while working with it, all the colors are so complex and beautiful on their own, but having only 3 rows in this project doesn't allow them to shine. And also the person that I'm knitting this for is older, and unfortunately I don't believe that they would be able to see the true detail between the separation of each color. So I wanted to make the stripes just a little bit bigger so that it's a little bit more obvious when the color is changing. And yeah, so I decided there's going to be 6 rows of each color, and that was a lot of explanation to explain why there's so many stitches on this project, even though there's only 6 rows. Because 1 row on this is only 160 stitches. So if I did 6 rows only, I'm explaining this way too much. I did the 5 colors with 3 rows each, frogged it back, decided to do 6. I don't remember how many rows that ended up doing, and I'm not gonna do the calculation right now. Maybe I'll pop it on here, but for yesterday, including the mess up and the frogging back, I did 2,560 stitches on this project, even though it doesn't really look that way. And lastly, for my projects that I managed to get to this week, this is the only one that I would consider having finished. It is the Blanket of Knowledge. I was able to put all of August, including the bonus mini, on here. So this is officially caught up. It's since I have not yet received my September color. But I am used to that coming later in the month, so I have a feeling that'll show up this week. And now I guess that means I have to add it this week too. I didn't get around to this one until Friday, where I added 2,147 stitches. And then Saturday was the last day I touched it because I completed it there. 3,078, giving a grand total of 5,225 stitches for the week on this one. And that's all of the projects that I made progress on this week. Before I give you the grand total for all of the projects throughout the whole week, I'm going to go ahead and also do a breakdown of just the days, since some days I did multiple projects. Monday, I did 2,858 stitches. Tuesday was 3,608. Wednesday was my least productive day in stitch count, 848. Thursday was 2,622. Friday was 2,147. Saturday was my most productive day in stitches, and I had 5,036. Sunday was 2,740, giving us a grand total for the entire week, 19,851 stitches. That's a lot. I didn't give myself an estimate of what I was gonna do, so I have no idea. I did, however, have comparison of the last show that I did. I also did the same thing. I only had 4 projects, however, that I was tracking over, but I was very unsuccessful in actually getting any crafting done that week. And I had done 5,825 stitches the last show I did. So that's a big jump. That's 4 times more. Anyways, that means we are all done with this video. If you managed to guess my stitches correctly, please let me know. Or just let me know how off you were, how close you were, how far. Let me know. I want to know. Yeah, and if you liked this video and want to stick around, also leave a comment, maybe a like, and I'll hopefully come back sometime next week if I remember. I do have plans for this channel to have knitting challenges like the one you just watched, as well as a regular podcast. Since we are coming close to the end of the month, I am also hoping to do stash updates, because I also keep track of how many skeins and grams I'm using and having come in to my stash. So I'm keeping track of all of that too, and I'm hoping to have that be part of my videos in the future. If any of that sounds interesting, please go ahead and subscribe to stick around and see when I post a next video. Hope you enjoyed this week. I definitely did. Bye.